Good evening, and welcome to Debate Combats, where ideas collide and the best claims stand. Tonight's motion is simple to say and hard to dodge, that European governments should enforce the EU AI Act on schedule and tighten rules on generative AI misinformation now, even if commercial rollouts slow. Our teams are set as conservatives versus progressives, and they will speak for fairness, safety, innovation, and liberty in very different ways. The conservative side argues for strict and timely enforcement, with tougher guardrails on AI-generated misinformation starting immediately. The progressive side argues against the motion, pushing for flexible timelines, sandboxing, and growth first, so that Europe does not fall behind. No jargon shields, no evasions, and one sentence per line, so everyone follows the logic cleanly. Affirmative team, the floor is yours to open the case.
We advance this motion because laws lose meaning when deadlines drift, and fairness for citizens requires rules that bite the moment they are due.
I have watched deepfake hoaxes race faster than truth, so delaying countermeasures is like closing the gate after the wild horse has already bolted.
Timely enforcement sets a clear standard, so every firm knows the cost of cutting corners, and every family gains a baseline of digital safety.
When a forged voice tricks a voter or a fake video smears a teacher, the damage lands in real lives, so waiting politely helps the liar and hurts the public.
Markets perform best when the rules are predictable and universal, and that is exactly what on-schedule enforcement delivers.
Startups will not die from clarity, they die from whiplash and chaos, so a firm timeline is oxygen, not poison.
Generative AI can uplift hospitals, classrooms, and councils, yet without guardrails, it also aims a megaphone at fraud, harassment, and extremist propaganda.
We have already seen viral fake images move faster than corrections, so stronger misinformation duties are not theory, they are urgent household needs.
The motion does not ban innovation, it demands responsible proof of safety, data governance, and transparency before scale.
If a car needs brakes to go fast, then an AI platform needs audits and traceability to go far, and the schedule is simply the posted speed limit.
Europe should lead by showing that human dignity, not hype, sets the pace, so firms that respect rights can ship with confidence.
Tight rules raise trust, and trust raises adoption, so the quickest path to growth is to make the public feel safe enough to say yes.
The choice is not progress or protection, it is progress through protection, which is the unique strength of a constitutional market.
Let us be brave enough to demand quality now, because every extra month of delay is another month where lies wear lab coats and call themselves innovation.
Thank you, Affirmative, for a crisp case and a steady drumbeat of accountability. Negative team, you oppose the motion, and you argue for flexibility and speed, so please present your opening case.
We oppose this motion because rigid timelines can turn smart policy into slow policy, and slow policy leaves Europe watching others set the future.
People want tools that help with school, work, and art today, so strangling momentum in the name of safety will simply move the breakthroughs abroad.
Innovation thrives in sandboxes and pilot zones, where real feedback improves models faster than paperwork ever could.
Creators fear false labels wiping out their reach, so heavy-handed misinformation rules risk chilling satire, parody, and honest dissent.
A uniform start date ignores that models and use cases vary wildly, and better calibration comes from tiered gates and measured risk testing.
Small teams cannot hire armies of compliance officers, so a strict clock helps incumbents most and locks new voices out.
If trust is the goal, show your work with transparency reports and red teaming, but let the rollout continue where risks are low and benefits clear.
People are not fragile, they are savvy, and media literacy plus rapid fact checks can blunt hoaxes without freezing useful features.
Europe loses credibility when it writes world-class rules, and then misses the moment to build world-class products that live under those rules.
We can deter abuse by punishing bad actors, not by presuming every builder is guilty before they ship.
The right pace is adaptive, with milestones that unlock wider release as safety improves, and that structure beats a calendar that cannot think.
Let citizens choose tools that help them learn, work, and play, while targeted actions remove scams and targeted warnings explain risks clearly.
Delay harms students who need tutoring, nurses who need triage assistance, and cities that need better translation, and those harms are not abstract.
Real leadership is making room for creativity while catching crooks, and the motion flips that order and pays with lost opportunity.
Both sides have staked bold ground, with the affirmative tying trust to timely rules and the negative tying progress to flexible ramps. We now move toward clash and cross-examination, but first, the case summaries will be locked in for the record. Passing the mic to the affirmative, sharpen your point and strike clean.
Delays are not neutral. They are decisions that gift hoaxers another season to seed doubt and cash in on confusion.
Negative, your defense. Keep it tight and specific.
A rigid clock punishes small builders first, so smarter staging with live pilots protects people while keeping doors open to new voices.
Negative, you may also press your attack.
When rules outrun evidence, we end up regulating ghosts, and fear disguised as certainty becomes the real market failure.
Affirmative, answer the hit and set the record straight.
A seatbelt slows you by 1 second and saves you for decades, and on-time guardrails trade a moment of speed for a generation of trust.
Negative, bring a two-person push, leader and support.
Europe should calibrate risk like a sound engineer, fading in restrictions as the volume rises rather than cutting the power mid-song.
We have tools like transparency reports, red teaming, and watermarking that improve month by month, so a living checklist beats a calendar decree.
Time, negative, hold that thought. Affirmative, your two-person counter.
The checklist without teeth is a suggestion, not a safeguard, and citizens deserve rights that bite the same day they are promised.
Independent audits and traceable training data are not red tape. They are the receipt that tells the public what they just bought.
Affirmative, thank you, negative, your two-person defense. One answers and one fires back.
No one here rejects safety. We reject pretending that every model, function, and context carries equal risk or demands equal delay.
If your rule is so perfect, why do hoaxes still spread on platforms already covered by hard laws? And why not target the bad actors instead of the builders?
Affirmative, your two-person defense, one answers and one points out a weakness.
Targeting bad actors after the blast is crisis management, while baseline duties for traceability and notice stop the fuse from being lit.
You keep praising sandboxes, yet your plan hides when the experiments graduate, so who protects the public the day the gates swing open?
Judges, mid-match reads please, one line each with your lean, a strength, a weakness, and a nudge for both sides.
Leaning affirmative for clarity. I love your crisp link between trust and adoption, but you skate past creative chill risks, so keep your guardrails precise and keep your rhetoric playful, not punitive.
Leaning negative for pragmatism. Your adaptive pacing fits reality well, but your plan still smells light on enforcement, so show teeth without biting the innocent.
Dead split. Affirmative brings order and negative brings oxygen, yet both flirt with absolutism, so surprise me next with new levers and fewer slogans.
Round 2, fresh angles please. Negative, you take the first swing.
The motion confuses speed with sloppiness, because you can ship fast and safe if you tie scope to evidence and let low-risk users move while high-risk users wait.
Affirmative, your defense, keep your stance firm.
Evidence does not appear without duties to gather it, and the schedule is the metronome that forces testing to happen before the stadium fills.
Affirmative, one-person attack, make it count.
The longer we tolerate unlabeled synthetic media, the more people stop believing anything, and democracy cannot run on permanent maybe.
Negative, a one-person defense, hold your line.
Label everything and you bury the truth in warnings, so smarter signals and better literacy beat a blizzard of badges everyone learns to ignore.
Affirmative, two-person drive, leader then support.
When a deepfake can steal your face and your vote in a single upload, the ethical baseline is not optional or seasonal, it is now.
Publish risk cards with testing results, notify users when content is synthetic, and log provenance so investigators can follow the crumbs back to the kitchen.
Negative, your two-person reply, take your best coordinated shot.
You say provenance, I say privacy minefield, because logging everything about creation invites surveillance creep and creative self-censorship.
Let us verify function, not spy on inputs, with standardized evals that certify concrete behaviors instead of hoarding personal traces.
Affirmative, your two-person defense. One answers and one challenges.
Provenance can focus on artifacts, not identities, like cryptographic marks on assets and model disclosures, so privacy and traceability can coexist.
Since you celebrate pilots, answer this. What stops a leaked pilot model from flooding the market with untraceable clones the day after the ribbon cutting?
Negative. Close this segment with two-person defense. One answers and one highlights a weakness.
Leaked models are a real risk, which is precisely why we prefer narrow launches tied to use cases with contractual teeth instead of one law that treats every tool like a loaded cannon.
Your side keeps promising trust, yet your cure assumes perfect compliance, so tell us how your strict clock prevents bad faith actors from rebranding offshore and selling right back into Europe.
Passing back to the affirmative for a single hitter, keep the pressure high.
Jurisdiction shopping is exactly why alignment across the block and border controls for high-risk imports matter, and a clear schedule lets customs and platforms enforce the same day.
Negative. One steady defense to that.
Border filters are blunt, and like spam rules, they breed cat-and-mouse cycles, so resilience through rapid detection and response beats static walls.
Affirmative. Another single strike to keep the exchange alive.
Detection without duty is a treadmill, and people deserve breaks on harm, not just better shoes for running after it.
Negative. Hold your ground with one answer.
Brakes are fine, but we need steering too, and flexible pilots let us swerve around new hazards no calendar could have predicted.
We return to combo play. Negative. Leader and supporter on attack.
The fastest way to lose a generation is to make Europe the place where good ideas wait for permission, while the rest of the world ships.
Tie subsidies to open benchmarks, reward models that meet safety bar early, and let the winners scale now instead of idling in a queue.
Time affirmative. Your coordinated counter leader in support.
Permission is not the enemy. Arbitrary delay is, and a published clock turns discretion into a promise the public can measure.
When every vendor faces the same due date, compliance becomes a commodity, prices fall, and responsible tools reach classrooms and clinics sooner.
Negative. Two-person defense. One answers. One provokes a question.
Commoditized compliance risks checkbox theater, and theater is great for headlines, but weak for safety when real use diverges from documentation.
If your trust is so strong, will you support a carve-out that accelerates low-risk educational and accessibility tools this quarter? Or does your clock forbid mercy even there?
Affirmative. Two-person defense. One answers, and one identifies a weakness.
Low-risk use can move quickly under the schedule because classification is built into the framework, so speed lives inside the rules, not outside them.
Your carve-outs read generous but vague, and vagueness is where lobbyists slip whole industries through a door labeled small exception.
Quick reset. Crisp hits only. Affirmative single attack.
A democracy that cannot trust its information stream is a house with rot in the beams, and timely rules are how you keep the roof up.
Negative single defense.
Rot also comes from overbuilding, and when forms replace judgment, the beams look thick until the first storm hits.
Switch. Negative single attack.
Young founders hear your message as get big or get buried in paperwork, and that message ensures only giants can afford to be good.
Affirmative single defense.
Clear duties do not kill small teams, they kill guessing games. And guessing games are what small teams lose to deep-pocketed rivals.
Back to heavy swings. Affirmative two-person attack.
We propose public scorecards where vendors must publish red team results, known failure modes, and mitigation plans before mass deployment.
Pair that with watermarking for synthetic media at the platform level, so ordinary people can spot a fake without needing a lab coat.
Negative two-person attack in response.
Public scorecards turn into ammunition for copycats and litigators, and the fear of permanent stain will push honest teams to keep work in the dark.
Rather than disclosure first and forever, tie visibility to observed risk and sunset old warnings, so yesterday's bug does not haunt tomorrow's better build.
Affirmative two-person defense. Responder then challenger.
Scorecards do not have to reveal blueprints, they reveal behavior, and behavior is exactly what buyers and voters must judge. You want sunsets on warnings, but who decides the sky is clear, and why should the public forget a failure before the fix survives real stress?
Negative single defense to tidy this thread.
Let independent labs run blind tests in graduate products by performance, because earned trust beats permanent labels and permanent suspicion.
Rapid fire, one-liner exchanges, affirmative first.
Misinformation is not just a market bug, it is a civic breach, so public rules must lead and private promises must follow.
Negative reply.
Civic life also needs creativity, and rules that fear jokes and remix culture will smother the very speech they claim to clean.
Affirmative reply.
We regulate microphones at concerts, and no one says music died. We regulate amplifiers of lies, and speech will live stronger.
Negative response.
Regulate conduct, not possibility, because tools sing many songs and only some are off-key.
We pivot to economic stakes. Affirmative single strike.
Predictable compliance timetables reduce capital risk, and capital that trusts the rules funds safer products at lower cost.
Negative single reply.
Investors also read opportunity cost, and when the fastest path to customers is elsewhere, the money and the talent follow the exit signs.
Ethics lens. Affirmative.
A society that asks for consent, transparency, and redress is not anti-innovation, it is simply pro-person.
Ethics lens. Negative.
A society that welcomes experiment is not anti-person. It is pro-possibility. And possibility is how we cure hard problems.
Safety case. Affirmative duo.
Mandate incident reporting and publish a shared registry of system failures so lessons travel faster than harm.
Require sandbox to stadium pass with measurable gates and revoke privileges when post-launch audits show regressions.
Safety case. Negative duo.
Central registries can turn into shame boards that discourage honest disclosure, and shame is a bad teacher.
Reward revealers with liability shields when they fix quickly, and focus penalties on those who hide problems or repeat them.
Cultural stakes. Affirmative.
Europe can prove that modernity and dignity rhyme, and that message sells better than any banner ad.
Cultural stakes. Negative.
Europe can also prove that creativity thrives without permission slips, which is a stronger export than bureaucracy.
Citizen impact. Affirmative.
Parents, teachers, nurses, and clerks need tools they can trust by default, not by luck, and deadlines force that baseline to appear.
Citizen impact. Negative.
Those same people need tools soon, not someday, and smart staging gets help in their hands without waiting for the last footnote to be perfect.
Closing this long exchange with clean snapshots. Affirmative single.
On-time rules turn fairness into a lived experience, not a promise on a press release.
Negative single.
Adaptive ramps turn innovation into a lived benefit, not a blueprint stuck on a wall.
Before we lock this in, are there big threads left on the table, or last sparks you want to throw?
Yes, I want clarity on why a calendar with teeth is called fear, when it is actually the promise that rules apply to everyone.
I want clarity on why a one-size clock is called fairness, when it ignores actual risk and reality on the ground.
Reality includes voters and patients who cannot audit code, so deadlines are how we deliver rights on time.
Reality also includes students and startups who cannot wait a year for signed forms while others ship past them.
We are not freezing the world, we are saying test before stadium, disclose before scale, and label before virality.
You are saying label everything forever, and that turns signals into wallpaper people stop seeing.
No, we are saying label synthetic media that matters, because identity theft and fake evidence are not wallpaper.
And I am saying label by evidence, scope, and demonstrated risk, not by a clock that does not know the song it is timing.
Deadlines are not blind, they are the starting gun that forces the tests you say you want, and then the data speaks.
Tests happen fastest in pilots and sandboxes, not in paperwork queues, and those are already running.
Pilots without a graduation plan become permanent beta, and the public becomes the unwitting test set.
Permanent beta is not our ask. Adaptive milestones with fast rollouts for low-risk features are.
All right, I am calling. Time on Free Fire. Affirmative. Give us a final clean pass on attack.
You argue creativity, but when a forged voice empties a bank or swings a vote, that is not art, it is an attack, and rules on time are shields, not leashes.
Negative, a single sharp defense.
Shields should face the attacker, not the builder who ships a reading aid or language tutor, so precision beats blanket fear.
Negative, your turn to press one more attack.
Your motion assumes that trust falls from the sky when you publish a date, but trust grows when people see tools working for them today.
Affirmative, a crisp single defense.
People also lose trust when the next fake explodes, and a calendar forces brakes and lights to be installed before the freeway opens.
We swing back to open sparring, keep lines hot but clean.
Europe must be the place that ships responsibly fast, not the place that writes perfect rules for other people's products.
Europe must be the place where dignity sets the pace, not the place where hustle outruns consent.
Dignity is downgraded when the next cure or classroom tool lands late, because forms ate the month.
And dignity is demolished when a deep fake steals a grandmother's savings while we wait for a voluntary fix.
Last volleys before we close, 2 each, no repeats.
Tight timelines make safety a cost of doing business, not a donation box at the exit.
Smart staging makes safety a product feature that improves weekly, not a stapled checklist from last year.
Rights have to be enforceable and visible, or they are just a poster on the wall.
Freedom to build has to be tangible, or only giants with legal armies will dare to try.
Thank you. We will now move to closing speeches. Affirmative, your final case with 2 voices, 1 to organize facts, and 1 to win the judges' hearts.
Fact check 1. The motion asks for on-schedule enforcement of the UAI Act and tighter rules for generative misinformation, which directly targets traceability, audits, and risk management that convert theory into accountability. Fact check 2. Unlabeled synthetic media has already harmed citizens by tricking voters, smearing workers, and scamming families, so delay is not neutral, it is a subsidy for deception. Fact check 3. Predictable deadlines, lower capital risk, level the field between giants and startups, and anchor trust, which unlocks adoption in hospitals, classrooms, and city halls. Summary: we are not banning speed, we are swapping roulette for brakes, headlights, and a driving test before the road gets crowded.
Judges, choose the rule of law that shows up on time, because timely rights are the only kind the public can spend. If you reward adaptive vagueness, you reward lobbying and patchwork, but if you reward clear clocks and public scorecards, you reward honesty and quality. This vote is not progress versus protection, it is progress through protection, and that is the European promise the world actually wants to copy. Give your ballot to the side that turns fairness into code of conduct and code of law, starting now, not someday.
Negative, you're closing with 2 voices, 1 to lay out facts and 1 to speak to our judges.
Fact check 1. Risk is not uniform, so a uniform clock misfires, and smarter policy ties scope to evidence with pilots, evaluations, and graduated releases. Fact check 2. Creative speech and satire are fragile under broad misinformation rules, so we need narrow conduct-based enforcement aimed at fraud and harm, not possibility. Fact check 3. Small builders pay the highest fixed costs and strict compliance sprints, which gifts incumbents a moat and drains Europe's startup pipeline. Summary: adaptive regulation with teeth beats rigid calendars with noise, because it learns fast and punishes bad actors without freezing everyone else.
Judges, choose the path that lets nurses, teachers, and translators get help this quarter, while we keep catching crooks with targeted penalties and rapid response. If you reward static walls, you invite cat-and-mouse evasion. But if you reward living tests and sandbox to stadium gates, you build resilience that does not break on first contact. This vote is not safety versus speed, it is safety by iteration, and iteration is how real tools earn real trust. Place your ballot with the side that treats people as capable and creative, not as fragile and waiting for permission.
Judges, we ask for final reads with praise for both teams, your verdict, and your reason in order.
I vote for the affirmative because they tied enforceable timelines to concrete civic harms and showed how trust fuels adoption, while I praise the negative for insisting on creativity and adaptable scope.
I vote for the negative because they offered a workable adaptive path that avoids checkbox theater and keeps small builders in the game, while I praise the affirmative for their moral clarity on fairness.
I vote for the affirmative because they gave me a blueprint for rights that starts on time and scales with audits without smothering art, while I praise the negative for spotlighting privacy and anti-monopoly concerns.
By a vote of 2 to 1, tonight's winner is the conservative team advocating timely enforcement and stronger misinformation rules. Congratulations to the winners. You brought steel and structure to a messy frontier.
Thank you for the tough questions, because strong scrutiny is the forge that makes good safeguards practical.
We appreciate the debate and the split decision, and we will keep proving that trust is not a brake on progress, but its engine.
To our progressive team, your fire matters, and the audience heard it.
We learned a lot tonight, and stand by the idea that adaptive gates can deliver safe benefits sooner.
We will keep fighting for builders who do the right thing fast, and for artists who remix without fear.
Deep thanks to both teams for the craft and courage, and to our judges for sharp minds and fair calls. If you stayed with us to the end, thank you for giving your time and your curiosity to the hard questions. Please tap like, hit subscribe, and drop your best argument in the comments so the conversation keeps improving. If you wish to support this channel, use the QR code on the bottom right of the video or the link in the description to donate. You will also find links in the description to other works from completely different series that you might enjoy next. Until next time, be brave, be kind, and come back for the next debate combats.